When you hear the name The Supremes, what comes to mind? For many, it's the sparkle of sequin gowns under bright stage lights. It's the unforgettable voice of Diana Ross leading a generation through songs of love and heartbreak. But the story of The Supremes is so much bigger than one person. It is a story of sisterhood, of ambition, and of a sound that broke down barriers. We were more than just singers. We were a symbol of hope and glamour for millions of people around the world. Our journey began long before the world knew our names, in the humble housing projects of Detroit, with a shared dream that burned brighter than any spotlight ever could. We wanted to sing, and we wanted the world to listen. Our legacy is woven into the very fabric of pop culture. You see it in the artists of today, in the way they perform, dress, and carry themselves with confidence. We were among the first Black women to achieve such massive mainstream success, appearing on television shows like The Ed Sullivan Show time and time again. This was not just about selling records. It was about showing young Black girls everywhere that they could be elegant, successful, and celebrated. We opened doors that had been closed for far too long. The Supremes represented a new kind of American dream, one where talent and hard work could overcome the odds, no matter where you came from. The music we created at Motown still resonates today. Songs like Stop in the Name of Love and You Can't Hurry Love are timeless classics, passed down from generation to generation. They are more than just catchy tunes. They are the soundtrack to people's lives, capturing moments of joy, first loves, and difficult goodbyes. Our harmonies, our look, our choreography, it all came together to create something unique. We were a complete package, meticulously crafted by Berry Gordy and the Motown family, but fueled by our own youthful energy and a deep, genuine love for the music we were making together as a group. It is so important to remember that this incredible journey started with 3 young girls, and in the beginning, 4 with Barbara Martin, we all believed in each other. Before the fame and the fortune, there was Florence Ballard, Diana Ross, and me, Mary Wilson. And for a short while, our school friend, Barbara Martin. However, she left the group before our success. We were the Permettes back then, full of raw talent and big dreams. Our story is a testament to the power of that original bond. It's a reminder that behind every legendary group, there are individuals with their own stories, their own talents, and their own contributions. To truly understand the Supremes, you must start at the very beginning with the 3 of us, united in our quest for stardom. Our story began in the Brewster Douglass housing projects of Detroit, a place brimming with life, struggle, and an incredible amount of musical talent. It was Florence Ballard who had the initial vision. She was a powerful singer with a voice that could fill any room, and she wanted to form a sister group to the male vocal groups in our neighborhood, like the Primes, who would later become the Temptations. Flo approached me, and I was thrilled. We were just teenagers, but we shared a serious passion for singing. We practiced constantly, harmonizing on street corners, in school hallways, and in our living rooms, dreaming of the day we'd hear our own songs on the radio. Soon after, I brought in my friend Diana Ross, who lived nearby. At first, Flo was a little hesitant, but Diana's ambition and unique voice quickly won her over. The 3 of us became the core of the group. We were different in so many ways, but our voices blended together beautifully. Flo had the strong, soulful gospel voice. I had the warm, smoky tone that held our harmonies together. And Diana had that distinctive commercial sound that was so appealing. Together, we were the Permettes. We were inseparable, practicing our steps, sewing our own matching outfits, and pushing each other to be better. We were more than a group, we were sisters. Our determination was relentless. We knew that the key to our future was just a few miles away, at a small house on West Grand Boulevard with a sign that read Hitsville, USA. This was Motown Records, the empire being built by Berry Gordy. We would hang around the studio every single day after school, hoping for a chance to be noticed. We'd do hand claps, sing backup for other artists, and do anything we could just to be a part of that magical environment. Mr. Gordy kept telling us to finish high school first, but we were persistent. We knew in our hearts that we belonged at Motown. Finally, our persistence paid off. Berry Gordy signed us in 1961, but on one condition: we had to change our name. We wrote down a bunch of suggestions on a piece of paper, and Florence, without even looking, pointed to one. It was the Supremes. At the time, we didn't think much of it, but the name would come to define us. We were officially part of the Motown family, a dream come true. We were young, naive, and full of hope, standing at the very beginning of a journey that would change our lives and the world of music forever. We had no idea what lay ahead, but we were ready to face it together. Being signed to Motown was like being accepted into a university for stardom. It was a 24/7 operation, a hit-making factory where every detail was managed. We were enrolled in Motown's Artist Development Department, run by the elegant Maxine Powell. She taught us how to walk, talk, and carry ourselves with grace. We learned how to sit properly for interviews, how to get out of a limousine without wrinkling our gowns, and how to speak with poise and confidence. Charlie Atkins, the legendary choreographer, taught us our smooth, synchronized dance moves that became a signature part of our act. It was a complete transformation from street corner singers to polished performers. The Motown sound itself was a unique and brilliant creation. It was the sound of young America, as Mr. Gordy called it. It blended the raw emotion of soul and R&B with the catchy hooks and polished production of pop music. The legendary songwriting and production team of Holland Dozier Holland were the architects of this sound. They wrote songs that were relatable to everyone, regardless of their race or background. The music was driven by the incredible studio band, the Funk Brothers, whose bass lines, drum beats, and tambourine shakes created an irresistible rhythm that made you want to dance. It was music that was joyful, hopeful, and full of life. Our early years at Motown were a struggle. We released a string of singles, but none of them became major hits. We were lovingly called the No-Hit Supremes around the studio. It was frustrating, but we never gave up hope. We continued to record, tour on the Motortown Revue with other Motown artists, and perfect our craft. During this time, Florence often sang lead on our more soulful, R&B style songs. Her voice was powerful and filled with emotion, a true reflection of her gospel roots. She was the heart of our group's sound in those early days, the anchor that grounded our harmonies. Everything changed in the summer of 1964 with a song called Where Did Our Love Go? Honestly, none of us were very excited about it at first. It was simple, with a repetitive beat and a breathy, almost spoken word vocal from Diana, but Holland Dozier Holland and Berry Gordy saw its potential. The song shot to #1 on the charts, and our lives were transformed overnight. Suddenly, we were no longer the No-Hit Supremes. We were stars. That song was the key that unlocked the door to everything that followed, setting us on a path to becoming the most successful female group in history. After the massive success of Where Did Our Love Go, Berry Gordy made a pivotal decision. He saw a unique star quality in Diana and decided she should be the permanent lead singer of the group. This was a significant change for us. Up until that point, we had often shared lead vocals, with Florence's powerful voice taking center stage on many of our earlier recordings. But Mr. Gordy had a vision for a specific sound and image that he believed would cross over to the widest possible audience. And he felt Diana's softer, more pop-friendly voice was the key. The group's name was even officially changed to Diana Ross and the Supremes. This shift changed our dynamic, both on and off the stage. Diana was pushed to the forefront, not just vocally, but in our photos, our television appearances, and our interviews. Florence and I became the background, our harmonies and graceful movements framing the star. Musically, our songs became more polished and pop-oriented to suit Diana's vocal style. Hits like Baby Love, Come See About Me, and Stop. In the Name of Love followed in quick succession, each one cementing our place as pop royalty. We were on a rocket ship to fame, and the ride was exhilarating. But the change in focus was something we all had to adjust to. Our look evolved just as dramatically as our sound. We went from the simple, matching dresses we sewed ourselves to elaborate, custom-made gowns covered in beads, sequins, and feathers. We wore elegant wigs and glamorous makeup, projecting an image of sophistication and high fashion that was aspirational. We were presented as queens, and we worked hard to live up to that image every time we stepped on stage. We became international fashion icons, representing a kind of black glamour that had never been seen on such a global scale before. Our image was as much a part of our success as our music. As our fame grew, the pressure mounted. We were constantly touring, recording, and making television appearances. Life became a whirlwind of airports, hotels, and stages. We were living the dream we had always wanted, but it was also exhausting. The sisterhood that had been the foundation of our group was being tested by the demands of the industry and the new hierarchy within the group, while the world saw three smiling, perfectly synchronized women. Behind the curtain, the relationships that had once been so simple were becoming increasingly complex. The spotlight that shone so brightly on us also cast long shadows. The person most affected by this new direction was our founder, Florence Ballard. Flo was an immense talent with a voice that could rival any gospel or soul singer of her time. She had started the group with a vision of a shared sisterhood, where all our talents would shine. When Diana was made the permanent lead, it was a deep and personal blow to Florence. She felt her role diminishing, her powerful voice silenced in favor of a more commercial sound. It was heartbreaking for her to stand in the background, singing oohs and babies, when she knew she was capable of so much more. This professional disappointment began to take a personal toll. Florence struggled with the pressures of fame and the feeling of being sidelined in the group she had created. She became disillusioned and unhappy, and her behavior grew erratic. She would sometimes miss performances or show up late, which created tension within the group and with Motown management. It was a difficult and painful time for all of us. We were sisters, and watching her struggle was devastating. We tried to support her, but the machine of Motown was relentless, and there was little room for personal turmoil when hit records and tour dates were on the line. The breaking point came in 1967. During a performance in Las Vegas, things came to a head, and Berry Gordy made the decision to remove Florence from the group. It was a tragic and complicated end to her time as a Supreme. She was replaced by Cindy Birdsong, and the hit machine kept rolling on without her. For Florence, leaving the group was the beginning of a long and difficult road. She tried to launch a solo career, but legal battles and financial troubles plagued her efforts. The world that had once celebrated her seemed to turn its back on her, and she faced immense challenges. Florence Ballard's story is the tragic heart of the Supreme saga. She was the soul of the group in the beginning, the powerful voice that gave us our roots. Her contributions were immeasurable, and her story serves as a cautionary tale about the price of fame and the personal sacrifices that are often hidden behind the glittering facade of show business. Her life was cut tragically short when she passed away in 1976 at the age of just 32. Remembering Florence is essential to understanding the full story of the Supremes, the joy and the pain, the triumph and the tragedy. The influence of the Supremes did not end when the original lineup changed. Our music and our image have continued to inspire artists for decades. You can see our DNA in the girl groups that followed, from In Vogue to Destiny's Child. Beyoncé has often spoken about how watching Diana Ross and the Supremes on television inspired her as a young girl. The idea of a strong, glamorous, and successful female group commanding the stage with style and grace is a template that we helped create. We showed the world that women could be the main event, not just the backup singers. Even today, our music is everywhere. It's in movies, commercials, and on the radio. A new generation is discovering the magic of the Motown sound and the timeless appeal of our songs. The themes of love, loss, and longing are universal, and the irresistible beat created by the Funk Brothers still makes people want to get up and dance. Our story has been told in books, movies, and the hit Broadway musical Dreamgirls, which, while fictionalized, captured the essence of our journey and introduced our story to millions more. The echo of our harmonies continues to reverberate through popular culture. It is my deepest wish that when people remember the Supremes, they remember all of us, They remember Florence Ballard, the powerful, soulful founder who dreamed us into existence. They remember me, Mary Wilson, the steady anchor who was there from the very first day to the very last. And yes, they remember Diana Ross, the magnetic star who took our music to unimaginable heights. We were 3 different women from 3 different backgrounds who came together to create something beautiful. Our success was not the work of one person, but the result of a unique chemistry and a shared ambition. The story of the Supremes is a story of sisterhood. It's a story of triumph, but it's also a story of heartbreak. It's a reminder that behind every legend is a human story, full of complexity, joy, and pain. We were pioneers who broke down racial barriers and redefined what it meant to be a female superstar. Our legacy is not just in the #1 hits or the sparkling gowns, it's in the doors we opened for the artists who came after us. And it is a legacy that belongs to all 3 of the original dreaming girls from Detroit. When it comes to classic R&B groups that defined the sound of the late 70s and 80s, Atlantic Starr holds a special place. Known for their lush harmonies, romantic ballads, and a musical legacy that still resonates today, their story began with a powerful force: family. Atlantic Starr was formed in 1976 in White Plains, New York. But before the name Atlantic Starr, they were known as New Band. The group was founded by 3 brothers, Wayne, David, and Jonathan Lewis. Wayne Lewis played keyboards and sang. David Lewis was on guitar and also shared lead vocals. Jonathan Lewis handled the trombone and percussion. Together, they created the foundation of a band that would go on to influence generations of R&B lovers. The original lineup also included William Sutter III, on trumpet Damon Renty, on saxophone Clifford Archer, on bass Porter Carroll Jr., on drums and vocals Joseph Phillips on percussion, and Sharon Bryant as the lead female vocalist. Though not related by blood, Sharon Bryant became an integral part of Atlantic Starr's early success. Her voice brought warmth and passion to many of their first hits, including Circles and Send For Me. The Lewis brothers weren't just talented musicians, they were also producers and songwriters. They shaped the band's sound, a unique blend of funk, soul, and smooth R&B. Their chemistry as siblings helped the group stay tight, both musically and personally. In 1984, Sharon Bryant left the group to pursue a solo career. To fill the gap, Atlantic Starr brought in Barbara Weathers as the new lead vocalist. It was during this period that the group soared to new heights, with Barbara Weathers on vocals and Wayne and David Lewis sharing songwriting and production duties. The group released their biggest hits, Secret Lovers and the timeless ballad Always. Always became a #1 hit on both the Billboard Hot 100 and the R&B charts in 1987. It marked the peak of Atlantic Starr's commercial success and showcased the power of a group built on both love and loyalty. In the early 1990s, David Lewis left the group to follow a new path. He stepped away from the spotlight to pursue Christian ministry. His departure was heartfelt, but the group didn't stop there. Wayne and Jonathan Lewis continued on, bringing in new members over the years and performing under the Atlantic Starr name to this day. Through it all, Atlantic Starr remained a family at its core. Wayne, David, and Jonathan Lewis built something timeless, music that celebrated love, connection, and the strength of unity. From their humble beginnings in White Plains to R&B stardom, Atlantic Starr is more than a group. They're a legacy, and their music will forever be part of the soundtrack of our lives. Stay tuned as we share an episode of Unsung about Atlantic Starr.
Ever wondered what happened to Sade? I know I have. It seems it's been years since we heard new music or saw her on stage, and the mystery just keeps growing. So, where is Sade, and why did she step away from the spotlight? Let's clear up one thing first. Sade isn't missing or retired. She's just living her best, super private life on a peaceful farm in Somerset, England. During the pandemic, she hunkered down with her partner and her mum, far from the chaos of fame. Now, Sade is famous for her mystique. She's always been the queen of vanishing acts between albums. But it's not about drama, it's about sanity. She said in interviews that the pressures of the music industry never really fit her style. Instead, she chooses her own pace, focusing on songwriting, cooking, and just enjoying the small things. But here's the twist. Sade never really stopped making music. She dropped a new single, Young Lion, in 2024 and even lent her voice to Disney's soundtrack, A Wrinkle in Time, back in 2018. So while she's not doing concerts or tours, she's still in the studio, quietly shaping her legacy. Let's not forget, Sade is a legend. 4 Grammys, 1 billion Spotify streams, and a shelf full of honors prove she doesn't need to rush. She moves on her own terms, and honestly, that's part of her glamour. So the real answer, Sade is exactly where she wants to be. And whenever she's ready, she'll bless us with more music, just like she always does.
Tammi Terrell is remembered as one of Motown's brightest stars, but behind her musical success was a life marked by pain and tragedy. Her career, filled with promise, was tragically cut short, not only by illness, but also by the emotional and physical abuse she endured in relationships with James Brown and David Ruffin. Born Thomasina Winifred Montgomery on April 29, 1945, in Philadelphia, Tammi showed musical talent from a young age. At just 15, she was discovered by producer Luther Dixon and began recording under the name Tammi Montgomery. She signed with labels like Scepter, Checker, and Try Me Records before joining James Brown's touring band as a backup singer. Their relationship turned violent, and witnesses have confirmed that Brown severely abused her. The beatings were so brutal that Tammi reportedly had to have dental caps placed on her teeth to repair the damage. After that relationship ended, Tammi briefly worked with singer Jerry Butler. Then, on her 20th birthday in 1965, she was signed to Motown by Berry Gordy and rebranded as Tammi Terrell. She joined the Motown Revue Tour alongside acts like The Temptations and soon began dating David Ruffin. That relationship, too, turned violent. People close to her recalled horrifying incidents, including attacks with a motorcycle helmet, a hammer, and even a machete. In 1967, Tammi left Ruffin and began her now legendary partnership with Marvin Gaye. Their first duet, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, became a hit and launched a string of timeless collaborations. But behind the scenes, Tammi was battling serious health issues. She had suffered from migraines since childhood, and during a concert later that year, she collapsed into Marvin's arms. Doctors diagnosed her with a malignant brain tumor. Despite multiple surgeries and declining health, Tammi continued to record with Gaye, creating classics like You're All I Need to Get By and Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing. But by 1969, she could no longer perform live. Her final appearance was at the Apollo Theater. As the illness progressed, she lost her eyesight and a significant amount of weight before slipping into a coma. Tammi Terrell passed away on March 16, 1970, just weeks before her 25th birthday. Her family, deeply protective of her legacy, chose to allow only one person from Motown to attend her funeral, Marvin Gaye. He delivered the eulogy for the young woman who had become his dear friend and artistic soulmate. Though her life was tragically short, Tammi Terrell's voice, spirit, and story continue to echo through generations of music lovers. Before there was Beyoncé or Tina Turner, there was Joyce Bryant, a woman whose silver-painted hair, form-fitting gowns, and sultry voice turned heads and shattered barriers in the 1950s. Born in 1927 in Oakland, California, Joyce was raised in a strict Seventh-day Adventist household where entertainment was strictly off-limits. But at just 14, on a dare, she got up to sing at a Los Angeles nightclub, and the crowd went wild. That one night changed everything. By the early 1950s, Joyce Bryant was electrifying nightclubs from Harlem to Hollywood. With a voice that spanned 4 octaves and a magnetic presence, she became one of the first Black women to be branded a national sex symbol. She was nicknamed the Bronze Blonde Bombshell and often compared to Marilyn Monroe, only with a voice that could rival any opera diva. Her look was unforgettable: shimmering silver hair, tight mermaid gowns designed by Zelda Wynne Valdez, and confidence that radiated from the stage. But Joyce wasn't just style. She had substance. Her renditions of songs like Love for Sale and Drunk with Love were bold, raw, and unapologetically sensual. So much so that some were banned from the radio. She also broke barriers. In 1952, she became the first Black performer to take the stage at a major Miami Beach hotel, despite threats from the Ku Klux Klan. She spoke out against segregation and used her fame to push for racial equality. But the spotlight came with a price. Joyce grew tired of the exploitative nature of the industry, especially how it clashed with her religious beliefs. At the height of her fame, she walked away. She enrolled in college, became a missionary, and later re-emerged, not in the jazz clubs, but as a classical soprano performing with the New York City Opera. Eventually, she became a sought-after vocal coach for stars like Jennifer Holliday and Phyllis Hyman. And here's an important note. Joyce Bryant, the singer, is sometimes confused with another actress of the same name who appeared in films in the 1940s. But make no mistake, the woman with the silver hair and fearless voice was a performer in a league of her own. Joyce Bryant passed away in 2022 at the age of 95. Her legacy lives on as a pioneer who redefined beauty, challenged racial lines, and proved that talent, when matched with courage, can leave a lasting mark on history. Angie Stone, the acclaimed R&B and soul singer, tragically passed away at the age of 63 following a car accident in Montgomery, Alabama on March 1st, 2025. The accident occurred as she was returning to Atlanta after a performance. The van she was traveling in overturned and was subsequently struck by a truck, leading to her untimely death. Stone's illustrious career began in the late 1970s as a member of The Sequence, one of the pioneering female hip-hop groups known for their hit Funk You Up. She later transitioned to a successful solo career, releasing her debut album Black Diamond in 1999, which featured notable tracks like No More Rain, In This Cloud. Her 2001 album Mahogany Soul included the widely acclaimed song Wish I Didn't Miss You. Throughout her career, Stone received 3 Grammy nominations and was celebrated for her contributions to the neo-soul and R&B genres. Beyond music, she appeared in films such as The Hot Chick and The Fighting Temptations, showcasing her versatility as an artist. Her sudden passing has elicited an outpouring of tributes from fans and fellow artists alike, highlighting her profound impact on the music industry and the enduring legacy she leaves behind. Born in Brooklyn in 1957, Stephanie Mills began singing in church. By the age of 11, she was already turning heads, winning amateur night at the Apollo Theater 6 weeks in a row. Her big break came in 1975 when she starred as Dorothy in the original Broadway production of The Wiz. From the Broadway stage, Stephanie transitioned into music with ease. In 1980, her hit single Never Knew Love, Like This Before, became a crossover sensation. The song earned her a Grammy Award and introduced her to an even wider audience. Throughout the 1980s, she dominated the R&B charts with timeless tracks. That same year, she married Jeffrey Daniel, a member of the R&B group Shalimar. But the marriage faced immediate challenges. Mills later reflected, saying, "All I'll confirm is that my marriage was plagued by controversies and pressures from the moment Jeffrey and I decided to become husband and wife." Despite their efforts, the couple divorced in 1983. In 2001, she gave birth to her son, Farad, who was born with Down syndrome. When doctors told her about his condition during pregnancy, Stephanie responded with strength and grace. She said, "I don't care what it is. If he has one eye, we're going to rock this world together." She moved away from the spotlight and settled in North Carolina, choosing a quieter life to raise her son with love and intention. In one unforgettable moment, she brought him on stage during a performance of Never Knew Love Like This Before, holding his hand as she sang to him, saying, "Mommy loves you." The audience was moved to tears. Her career spans more than 5 decades. But beyond the accolades and awards, Stephanie's greatest legacy may be the unconditional love she shares with her son and the powerful example she sets for others. Stephanie Mills, a life of music, a legacy of love.
On April 1st, 1984, the world was shaken by the tragic death of Marvin Gaye, the legendary singer of What's Going On. The news was so shocking that many didn't believe it at first, especially since it happened on April Fool's Day. But the reality of what occurred was far from a joke. Marvin Gaye had been killed by his own father, Marvin Gaye Sr., a fact that left many in disbelief. Marvin Gaye's relationship with his father had long been strained. Marvin Sr., a former minister, had clashed with his son for much of Marvin's life. In a tragic twist, the gun used in the shooting was one that Marvin had recently given to his father. Struggling with depression and overwhelmed by the pressures of his career and touring, Marvin had been battling inner demons for years. His brother later recalled Marvin's chilling final words. "I got what I wanted. I couldn't do it myself, so I had him do it. It's good. I ran my race. There's no more left in me." An autopsy revealed that Marvin had been under the influence of cocaine and PCP at the time, impairing his judgment when the fatal altercation occurred. He had been living with his parents, helping care for his ailing mother in the house he had purchased for them. It was during yet another argument between his parents that Marvin intervened, leading to the physical confrontation with his father that would end in tragedy. During the trial, it was revealed that he had been suffering from a brain tumor. He later claimed that he didn't know the gun was loaded and had no intention of killing his son. Despite his condition, the court found him competent to stand trial. In the end, Marvin Sr. was sentenced to a 6-year suspended sentence and 5 years of probation for voluntary manslaughter. He was also banned from owning firearms or consuming alcohol. This heartbreaking event remains one of the most tragic and bizarre moments in music history, a reminder of the complexities of Marvin Gaye's life and the devastating consequences of unresolved conflict.
At 102 years old, Rachel Robinson isn't just the wife of a baseball legend. She's a trailblazer in her own right. Born on July 19, 1922, she has spent her life championing civil rights, advancing education, and ensuring that Jackie Robinson's legacy continues to inspire generations. Rachel met Jackie at UCLA, where she was pursuing her education, and stood firmly by his side when he broke Major League Baseball's color barrier in 1947. But her role went far beyond that of a supportive spouse. As Jackie faced relentless racism on and off the field, Rachel was his anchor, offering strength, love, and an unshakable determination to push forward. After Jackie's passing in 1972, Rachel carried their shared mission forward. She established the Jackie Robinson Foundation, which has since provided scholarships and life-changing opportunities for thousands of minority students. A trained nurse, she also worked to expand healthcare access in underserved communities, furthering her commitment to social justice. Rachel Robinson's impact is profound. At 102, she remains a living testament to resilience, grace, and the power of purposeful action. Her influence extends far beyond baseball, shaping education, social justice, and history itself. She isn't just a witness to change. She is a driving force behind it. Did you know the members of Tony are actually family? That's right. The iconic R&B group was formed by brothers Dwayne Wiggins and Raphael Saadiq, along with their cousin Timothy Christian Riley. Together, they created some of the most unforgettable hits of the late 80s and 90s, like Feels Good, Anniversary, and It Never Rains in Southern California. Their signature blend of soul, funk, and live instrumentation set them apart, making them legends in R&B history. Now you know, the Tonys really are family.